Stitches, and today I have a video talking all about makeup and makeup preservation and how long you should be holding on to your makeup, and yeah. So for the purposes of this video, I have found a HuffPost article from 2014 that goes over basically all of the major types of makeup items and how long you can keep all of them, how long they'll last you. But I've noticed that there are some differences between what this HuffPost and what the vast majority of articles on this subject tell you versus what I was told when I was in school for costume design, what I was told by actual makeup artists, how long you can keep items in your kit before you have to replace them. There are some discrepancies, and I'd like to clear this up. I'd like to tell you all how long you can actually keep and use your makeup. There is some variation. There isn't really a way to know 100% if something is still good unless it has changed in color, consistency, or scent. If you notice a smell in your products, or if you notice that the consistency of it isn't what it was when you first purchased it, then you definitely want to get rid of it for your safety. There are two main reasons why makeup goes bad, and one of them is the bacteria overgrowth that we're used to hearing about, but the other one is that the oils that create the consistency of the product can go rancid, which means that they lose their viscosity, they lose their structure, and the makeup literally goes bad. But let's look at some specific products, shall we? First thing this article talks about is eyeliner. There are lots of different types of eyeliner. This article was written in 2014, so they talk primarily about gel eyeliner that you put on with like a brush and it comes in a little pot. That is very different from what we use now in 2019, which is primarily these suckers with this little guy. You know, the marker boys that do the thing. If you're using one of these, the rules are very, very different because you cannot clean this. This bad boy there isn't a way for you to clean it in between uses. So bacteria buildup is going to build up really, really fast on this. And honestly, the liquidy formulas of these, the more viscous a formula is, the faster it's gonna go bad. So honestly, this 6 months, you're gonna need to replace it. If you don't use eyeliner very often, I do actually recommend using the gel pots because you can keep them cleaner for a lot longer. And you can clean your brushes that you use to apply it in between uses. You'll get a lot longer use out of one of those, which can last probably up to a year. But, you know, honestly, I wouldn't want to push it that long unless you're keeping it in the refrigerator. You can refrigerate certain makeup products to make them last longer if you know that there's no way you're going to use it up in time. If you have it more than like a year and a half, even if you refrigerated it should not be going on your face. You should probably throw it away. We also have eyeliner pencils. And again, they have a lot of the same issues in that you can't really keep them clean effectively, but you can wipe off the surface of these. And with these bad boys, like, I'm gonna sharpen this before I use it next. So all of the surface is gonna be removed when I sharpen it. So these don't build up bacteria nearly as quickly because you're not using the same tip every single time you put it on your eyes. The surface product goes onto your face. It doesn't get a chance to really get into the rest of the pencil. So the bacteria normally stays right on the top. So these can last you a lot longer. Obviously, a harder, firmer pencil like this one can probably last you up to a year, most likely, maybe even 2 years if you take good care of it and keep it clean and keep it sharp regularly. But a creamy consistency like this one, these sort of crayon ones, again, aren't going to last nearly as long. You can push this like 8 months, I'd say, before it needs to be replaced. So next up is mascara. Mascara is the product that has the lowest shelf life of any makeup product. If you are looking to invest in something expensive, do not put your money into mascara because you have to replace it every 6 months. It's just like the liquid eyeliner markers. You're using the same spoolie on your face every single time. And then you dip this back into your product after you've applied all your eye bacteria to it. So these, like a mascara, is a cesspool of bacteria. You don't want to use this. Honestly, if you use up your makeup in 4 months, that would be preferable to trying to hang on to it for a full 6 months. Like after 6 months of owning one of these, you need to throw it away. Our article says 3 to 6 months on mascara, and the reason why it gives you the 3 months is because most people, when they put on their mascara, they do this. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. What you're doing is you're putting air into the product, which makes the bacteria grow faster. So don't ever do that. If you feel like you're not getting enough product on your brush, then you just you can scrape the side. So yeah, mascara, 3 to 6 months. That is accurate. If you're not using it smartly, I can definitely see how this might expire or dry out in 3 months, especially since we put our eye bacteria back inside of it every single time we use it, like the smart people that we are. So the next one that is on this article is blush, eyeshadow, and other powder cosmetics. Here's the tea about powder cosmetics. Our thing says that eyeshadow palettes and blushes only last about 1 to 2 years. That's a blatant lie. In the beginning of the video, I said that makeup only goes bad for 2 reasons: bacteria buildup and oils going rancid. In powder cosmetics, there's no oil. So the only reason that eyeshadow palettes would go bad is if they have bacteria buildup, which you're saying, Catherine, we put these on our eyes. This gets bacteria buildup, I'm gonna throw it away. Wrong. You can sanitize these. Literally all you have to do, every 6 months to a year, mix a 50-50 solution of water and rubbing alcohol, spritz it on your little things until they're just kind of damp. You don't want to like make a monsoon, but you definitely want to saturate at least the top layer of the makeup. Just saturate it, let it dry. Good as new. You never have to throw away powder cosmetics, ever. If you're looking for something to invest in for your makeup, invest in eyeshadow palettes, because technically they never go bad. This does not, however, apply to cream eyeshadows, unfortunately. I have this cream highlighter here. Highlighters are often powders, but this one is not. You can see how it's like squishy. With these, you want to apply sort of the same like 1 year standard on these. I wouldn't keep them longer than that because, again, the oils in them can go rancid. The consistency can change over time, and this stuff can actually go bad. So next in this HuffPost article, we have foundation. For foundation, they give it 6 months to 2 years. I wouldn't keep foundation 2 years. Again, 6 months to a year, it's creamy. Especially if you have a really liquidy foundation, it's gonna expire a little bit faster than a mousse foundation will, just because it has more oil in it. Unfortunately, if you only use powder foundation, then it's gonna last the same amount of time as the eyeshadows, in which case you can use it indefinitely. But if you have like a liquid foundation like this that comes in a pump, it's only gonna last 6 months to a year. So this article says that packaged foundation in a pot can last about 6 months, whereas a pump formula can last 1 to 2 years. I don't know where they're getting the difference in. I guess maybe because a pump has less air going into it, theoretically it might last longer, but there's still a lot of oil in this that can go rancid. So would it really last 2 years? I really don't think so. And again, if you notice any change in the consistency of your foundation, please throw it out. Foundation is one of those things that just doesn't last very long. Unfortunately, it's just like mascara in that once it's gone, and you're literally just putting rancid oil on your face at a certain point. So maybe don't do that. And lastly, we have lipsticks. All I have is a liquid lipstick to show you. I don't have any cream lipsticks. Cream lipsticks obviously will last longer than liquid lipsticks because oil. So our article from 2014 says that it lasts 2 years. I don't think they were including liquid lipstick in that because liquid lipstick just wasn't as popular yet as it is now. I feel like the vast majority of lipstick users use a liquid lipstick now. And honestly, liquid lipsticks are almost as bad as mascara because we use the same little brush every single time and get all of our mouth bacteria on it, and then we put it back inside the product like geniuses. This is a little bit better because you're not putting it on your eyes, so you don't have the risk of going blind. And most of the chemicals in your saliva will protect you from rancid oils and stuff. But you know, it's still kind of gross to put expired lipstick on your lips. I would again give this 6 months to a year, just depending on how well you're keeping it clean. I know nobody's gonna actually realistically throw their liquid lipstick out in 6 months just because who uses a lipstick that fast? So, you know, use it until you notice the consistency changes or that it starts to get a smell to it. That's how you know that it's bad. As for keeping a cream stick lipstick around for 2 years, again, I probably wouldn't consider that safe because oil. I mean, if it's still good, if it has the same consistency and the color hasn't changed, then no, maybe they're using a lead preservative and it actually will last that long. If you didn't know that lipstick companies sometimes use lead as a preservative for lipsticks, I have news for you. I mean, realistically, the amount that's in lipstick is never really gonna hurt you that much. You'd have to physically eat the entire tubes of lipstick every single day, a whole tube a day for a while before you start to get negative impacts from that. But personally, I don't really want any lead to go on my face. So that is my guide on how long you can keep your makeup. It's either 6 months to a year or indefinitely for everything, realistically. But if you're trying to sort of reevaluate how much makeup you buy and sort of consider, you know, how much should I realistically be spending on each item? How big of a container should I be buying on each item? Can I switch to sample sizes of mascara? Because let's face it, nobody's gonna use the whole tube in 3 months. That just doesn't happen. Of course, it really pains me to throw away makeup that's gone bad, but at a certain point, it becomes unsafe to use products. So obviously the real solution to this, to living a mildly sustainable lifestyle while wearing makeup, would be to buy as little makeup as you possibly can, because chances are you're not going to be able to use all of it anyway before it goes bad. And that is all for today's video. I hope this was mildly enjoyable, if not a little bit educational. I hope everybody has a good day. I hope everybody cleans out their expired makeup and stops putting rancid oil on their face. And I will see you all next time. Bye!